Dorks? It is the Turtle Dork back with a new reaction for you from DC Fandome. So, the next reaction or video that we have is the Suicide Squad. Um, I don't know, man. I gotta tell you, out of everything that DC has announced within the next 2 years with their upcoming slate, this is probably the movie that I've probably been the most excited in checking out. Um, just because of what James Gunn has stated leading up to the production of this movie and everything that he has said about how much fun he's had making this movie, how creative he was able to be in writing the script and putting everything together, the cast of characters that he's been able to assemble. And then for me personally, coming off of Birds of Prey, which, at this point is probably one of my favorite movies of this year. I had such a great time watching that movie. The movie is such a blast. And I just want to see more of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and to get her and to get all these other characters and all these weird eccentric characters that James Gunn has assembled to put into this movie. And then after watching this little behind the scenes featurette and learning more about the film, yeah, this feels like it's just going to be a blast. So yeah, man, with no further ado, let's go ahead and check out this little featurette that they displayed yesterday for the Suicide Squad. And it's not SKWAD, it's actually SQUAD, Squad.
I think it's going to surprise people. You kind of sit there and go, how did they do that?
It's going to be different from any superhero movie ever made.
There's no one better in the world to direct the Suicide Squad than James Gunn.
I was excited with an opportunity to be able to do the Suicide Squad in the way it could be done from my point of view.
This one is completely unique. This is a gritty 1970s war movie combined with brilliance of James Gunn's.
I just want to know what that looks like, man, because him describing it that way.
The Suicide Squad is just a twisted fantasy of characters.
Within each of our characters, there's a certain beauty. Within most of them. Some of them are just pretty crappy through and through.
Be like a douchey Captain America.
The guy who believes in peace at any cost, no matter how many people he needs to kill along the way.
Okay, I got it.
I like John Cena.
You think you know where this is going because you don't.
As soon as you have some sense about what's about to happen next, James comes in. Everyone's exploding. Genitals, heads, arms, legs.
It's like a big, massive graphic novel brought to life.
This is by far the biggest movie I've ever made.
King Shark.
You know what to expect.
Don't get too attached.
This has been truly
That right there.
the greatest, most exciting journey of my life making this film. God, that was great.
So good. So good, man. Yeah, what Joel Kinnaman said at the end is like, don't get too attached. So because they even mentioned that when they displayed the cast list of who's going to be in this movie, that yeah, everybody's not going to survive, and the fact that I believe this is going to also be rated R. That yeah, and James Gunn even reiterated that earlier. It's like, don't get too attached to these characters because some of these people are not going to last. And my assumption is that it's probably going to be some of the characters from the first Suicide Squad. So Captain Boomerang, he might be on that hit list. Possibly. I'm not sure. Joel Kinnaman maybe as well. I'm not sure. Or maybe some of the new characters that are coming in. Maybe they're not going to last that long. Hey, we saw what happened with what's his name, Adam Beach in the first movie. So hey, anything is on the table. But outside of that, them describing this as being like a gritty 1970s war movie with the style of with the sensibilities of James Gunn, that intrigues me a lot, because that's information that I didn't know beforehand that was going to kind of be like a war movie. And then looking at a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, it definitely does feel like that you could definitely see the inspirations from that, with a lot of the stuff on the beach shores and everything like that. And yeah, it looks fucking crazy. It looks absolutely crazy. Michael Rooker is in there. Again, I couldn't tell you half the things about the actual characters that they're playing, but it just gets me excited, man, that we're going to get something different, something fresh. And again, James Gunn's track record with Guardians of the Galaxy, and the fact that he's able to play, and he's talked a lot about, this has been probably the best time that he's had on a film set. And some people think that that's throwing shade at Marvel, which I don't really see it that way. But you also have to look at it in the sense of the fact that, him playing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you have to kind of fit certain things in, like they have to lead up to this point. They have to include the stones. They have to do this. But, but he's still able to kind of, have his own creative style within the parameters of the MCU. But you hear him talk about something like this, and also what they said throughout Fandome yesterday about the multiverse, that there's no restraints with this. I mean, he's making a rated R movie. He doesn't have to tie it in with anything. So it's really just whatever his mind goes when he created this script. He could just have fun with this, and not worrying about tying it into something else. And that freedom, that it just kind of liberates you as a creator. And I could see why he would say something like that would just probably be the most fun that he's had, writing a script or being on the set. So that excites me as well. Knowing what we got with Guardians, and to kind of see James Gunn take that into the Suicide Squad, and to have him even be even more unleashed into his own, little crazy world. Yeah, I think that's why this excites me the most. So yeah, the Suicide Squad. Anyway, let me know what you thought of the Suicide Squad in the comments below. Remember to rate, like, subscribe, and share, and go ahead and check out my other dorks at MouthDork, at the Disco Dork, at WB Dash, and at Sidewalk Siren. And as for me, I am the Turtle Dork. And with that, your boy is out.